How to write an ebook? Is that what you're searching? Is that what you want to know? Stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to give you the 5 steps for how to write an ebook so you can finally get unstuck, stop feeling frustrated, and write the story the Lord placed on your heart. Hey, it's your girl Steph Rodness, founder and CEO of Godlywood Girl, creator of the Godlywood Girl School of Business, and my purpose in life is literally to empower you with the resources you need to live your God-given purpose as a Christian entrepreneur. And as somebody who has personally written and self-published 26 ebooks, sis, I am here to tell you in this video that you can absolutely do this. Don't get discouraged, don't get overwhelmed, and secret, you can do it for $0. So if you want to learn how to write an ebook, stay tuned to the end of this video and make sure you subscribe to the Godlywood Girl YouTube channel to get more resources to help you in your journey as a Christian entrepreneur. So step number 1 on how to write an ebook is, what is your topic? I cannot tell you how many people I've seen have sat down to write a book without knowing what the book is about. One quote that I heard was literally, Stephanie, I'm just going to let my instincts guide me. Sis, that's going to take you 25 years to finish a book if you don't know what it's about. Find out what your topic is first before you ever start writing the book. Every single book needs to be a solution to a specific problem. Every single book, even if it's a testimony, even if it's an autobiography, even if it's a fiction book, because the problem that you're solving is you're entertaining somebody with that type of genre. Every single book needs to be a specific solution to a specific problem, and your topic needs to reflect that, especially if you are self-publishing your book on Amazon. Amazon is the world's largest search engine for e-commerce products. So you want to make sure that your book is search engine optimized to show up when somebody is looking for it on Amazon. So you want to make sure the topic of your book is a clear solution to a problem that people are looking for. If you don't know how to do this, make sure you stay tuned to the next video that I'm going to put out on this YouTube channel, which is all about finding topics for your ebook. The second step is to write out your book outline. Once you know what your book is about, once you know the topic, now you want to create an outline for that book before you start writing. And many, many times people have asked me, Stephanie, how were you able to write 26 books? And my answer is because I can write books in literally 6 hours. I'm not kidding. Praise the Lord Jesus, I can literally write a book in 6 hours. You know why? Because I have an outline before I sit down to write. The way to eliminate writer's block, the way to eliminate, oh my gosh, I don't know what to write right now, is to have a solid book outline before you start writing any book. That's how I can get a book written in literally 6 hours because I have my outline completely done. I know exactly what's going in chapter 1. I know exactly what's going on page 15 in chapter 1. I know exactly what's going on in page 23 in chapter 2. I know what the end of the book is. I know what the middle of the book is. I know what the beginning of the book is. I know what testimonies I'm sharing. I know what examples I'm giving. I know exactly what steps I'm teaching because I have a detailed outline. Don't skip this step. Create a step-by-step outline for your book topic before you start writing the book. And every single book needs to have a beginning, middle, and end. What's the beginning of the story? What's the middle of the story? What's the end of the story? And I want your outline to reflect that. For your topic, what is the beginning of the solution? What's the middle of the solution? What's the end of the solution? That's how I want you to actually outline your book in story structure. So for example, if I'm writing a book about how to lose weight, well, I would never have chapter 1 be run 15 miles in the morning. That's a ridiculous chapter 1. That can't be the first step to losing weight because nobody's going to do it. It's too hard. So the very, very, very first step to losing weight is to take your weight. So you know exactly where your starting point is and when you actually have reached your goal. So that could be chapter 1, measuring your weight. So I'm starting with the beginning of the solution to the problem. And then chapter 10, after I've taken them through all these different steps that get a little bit more difficult each time, but you're building upon each other, maybe chapter 10 is when I say, okay, now you should be running 15 miles a day, which is crazy. Why would anybody run 15 miles a day? But people do that. So yeah, you want to make sure you have your book outline done before you start writing your book. This is how you eliminate writer's block and get your book done fast. Step number 3, now that you know the topic of your book, now that you know the outline, exactly the content that's going in the book, now you sit down and write your book. And here's a little secret I want you to use because the devil knows what he's doing with procrastination. The enemy knows what he's doing with getting you to put stuff off till tomorrow. Used to happen to me all the time. I'd be like, oh, I know I need to work on this, but I can do it tomorrow. And I just keep putting it off. And suddenly 2 years have passed by and I still didn't get it done. And that's the technique the enemy uses on so many of God's daughters to keep us from living our purpose. So here's what I want you to do. As soon as you have your book outline done, I want you to grab your calendar and I want you to pick 2 different days of the week, and schedule yourself a 3-hour time block on each of those days to write your book. Okay? 2 different days of the week. So maybe it's going to be a Tuesday evening for you after the kids go to bed. Maybe it's going to be a Saturday morning for you before the kids wake up. Tuesday night, Saturday morning, maybe that's your schedule. 3 hours each of those days. So that's 6 hours a week. And when you sit down, you're going to turn off your Wi-Fi. You're going to turn off your cell phone. You're going to not be distracted by anything else. You're going to close the door and you're simply going to grab your book outline and you are going to write that book 3 hours straight. Now, the reason why I say 3 hours is because statistically, most of us cannot do creative work longer than 3 hours. It's just, we need a break. After 3 hours, it's literally just mush that starts coming out. I've noticed this in my own business, on my own journey. Like if I'm doing something creative, I just can't do it longer than 3 hours. Like my brain just starts, and I have to take a break. So go all in for 3 hours. Set your timer. Don't let yourself even get up and go use the bathroom. 3 hours straight, sit down and start writing out your book because you have the outline. You know exactly what's going in the book, so you don't have any procrastination. You don't have any writer's block. You know exactly what's going into the book. All you now need to do is just write it out. And when you're working on your first draft of your book, do not go back and fix stuff. Just completely write it. Keep on going. I know sometimes when we're writing, we're like, oh my gosh, this sentence doesn't make sense. Don't worry about it in your first draft. For your first draft, your goal is to get that outline written into a first draft as quickly as humanly possible. If you do 2 different time blocks of 3 hours on 2 different days, usually you'll be able to get this done because you're uninterrupted 3 hours of time writing out a content plan that's already done. It's literally just taking action and writing it out. So schedule that for yourself. That's a little hack that I use to get my books done so quickly. Schedule out those 2 uninterrupted time blocks, 3 hours each, to actually write out your book. Get that first draft done and completed. Step number 4, now that you've written your first draft, it's time to polish. So one of the little secrets I learned from my screenwriting professor in college was to, when I write the first draft of a book or a screenplay, to put it down for 2 weeks, let myself have a little break from it, and then come back to polish it. If you start to fix your book too soon after you finished it, you're not going to see certain things. You're going to be too close to the material. You're going to get really offended when people say, maybe you don't need this much. You're going to be like, no. You want to give yourself 2 weeks of just a little bit of a breather so that your mind can really get fresh on the content and look at it with a fresh pair of eyes. So finish the first draft, put it down for a couple weeks, and then what I want you to do is to sit down, schedule yourself another 3-hour time block, and just polish your book. Go through, fix those sentences, fix your story structure, fix your grammar, fix. Get your second draft done and copy edit that bad boy. Do not publish your book before you copy edit it. Trust me on this, I've done this before. You don't want to have silly mistakes like the word and the word the not spelled correctly, because it's going to make people not take you seriously as an author. And the solution that you're trying to give them in your book, they're going to be like, well, she can't even spell the word and, so am I really going to listen to the solution? It's going to have people not recommending your book as much. Make sure you copy edit your book. Now, if you're like me, I love writing. I hate copy editing. I was never good in grammar. If you're on my email list, you can see I'm not the best at grammar. If you're listening to me talk, you can probably tell I'm not the best at grammar. So I don't like copy editing. I outsource my copy editing. I have found copy editors on Fiverr, Fiverr.com. I found copy editors on Upwork, Upwork.com. So I like to give somebody else the work of copy editing and I just write the first draft. That's kind of my favorite thing to do. Totally up to you, but make sure you copy edit your book. And finally, once you're done, step number 5 is to publish your ebook. Publish your ebook. Sis, that's it. That's it. You're done. You go ahead and you publish your ebook and your ebook is done. There was no having to pay $5,000 for this. There was no having to spend all this time on that. Nah, it's just simply following the step-by-step process. That's it. Now, if you want a checklist of this process so you can check things off and keep yourself on track, go ahead and click the link in the description box below to get my free Write Your Book checklist to help you stay on track so you can get this done. And when you write your book, please, please, please come over to the YouTube channel, post underneath this video that you wrote your book. That is so exciting. Oh my goodness, God is so good. I am really excited to see more Christian authors come out and provide solutions to problems, because a lot of Christians are looking to secular gurus and industry leaders to give them solutions to the problems that they have, when really we should be looking in the Word. So that's why I'm so excited to see more Christian authors come out and share the solutions based on what God has said in His Word, because that's what we need more of. So let me know when you publish. I'm so excited to see your book. And don't forget to grab the free Write Your Book checklist to help you stay on track by clicking the link in the description box below. So that's it for this video. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe to the Godlywood YouTube channel for more resources. I'm so excited. I'm going to be coming out with so many more how to write your book tutorials. I'm really excited about it. So make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and God willing, I'll see you on the next video. Hey love, thanks so much for watching this video on my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button and click the subscribe button so you can get brand new videos that Godlywood releases. My mission with the Godlywood YouTube channel is for it to empower at least 5 million women of Christ to get unstuck, stop feeling frustrated, and start living God's greatest purpose for their lives. So if you want to join that movement, make sure you click the link below to join me in the Godlywood School of Purpose, where I literally teach you how to start living God's greatest purpose for your life step by step. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.